I'm gonna go send Shane an email real quick. He wants the details on me. They're flying. Yesterday when I called you from my car, so I had Siri call you, so I didn't have to do anything, and then you answered, and I tried to push speaker, but I hit my emergency thing, and so then I'm calling the cops, so I had to cancel that. And then I had to tell Siri to call you back. It was like, just that.
No laughing, Sean. Technology part of running a computer, I can do the command. That's not really to me technology. Technology is turning the computer on and knowing how to do that part. So that I am not. So thanks for being that. All right, let's start with our who's got what today. Come on, who's kicking us off? I love the deep breath. So we're gonna jump to John right behind you.
I somehow ended up with 4 pre-market opportunities right now.
Nice.
Nice.
I've got a 3-bed, 2-bath, 1-car garage off of Sargent and Calcer Groveland that was renovated very nicely in 2017. It's gonna be priced right around $545. The sellers are under contract with a scheduled close in October with possibly a mild rent back. So we would be listing mid-September, late September, with a desire to close, may list vacant. In the meantime, in the interim, they are under contract. They would be interested in private opportunities. It's very nicely done. It's literally a move-in ready, very charming updated kitchen, updated bathroom, very polished home. I have a 2-bed, 1-bath, 1-car garage on the Dave Makoska that will be going for $240, priced well below comps. Everything has been updated as well. That one's around 1,150 square feet at $240 once again. And then I have a double lot, 2-bed, 2-bath, 2+ car garage, once again on a double lot in the north end. That's going to be right around $270. That's going to be listed next week. Bedrooms are tight, but the yard is massive and it's on a corner. So, and then the lot is right next to it, so it's very isolated. And that would work. I'm not even sure about the possibility of dividing up the lot because I would assume it probably is buildable, but you'd have to use your own due diligence on that. It's sold in multiple offers every other time it's been listed. And then the last is in Midway. That's currently private. That is a 3-bed, 2-bath, 1-car garage. Charming new roof, smaller bedrooms, 1 big bedroom, 2 that are, midway 1.5 story, kind of 2-story setup. Really big front porch, nice walkout back porch, basement that can be finished. Full bath on main, 3/4 bath and basement, and that one's $267.5.
Awesome.
So I've got videos of most of them that is like private walkthroughs. So if you are interested, just let me know. John Ottoman for anyone online.
All right, definitely reach out to John Ottoman, guys. Anybody online if you have that. So thank you, John. I love it. Way to kick it off. Woo, woo. All right, online, who's going to kick us off? We know you're all out there. Somebody hit on you.
I got one.
There you go. Is that Danny?
It's Karen.
Karen, all right.
If anyone is looking for a really awesome multifamily situation, it's a single family home, but the lower level is perfect to set up a mother-in-law situation. There's a huge bar area down there that's already set up to be a full second kitchen. It's a walkout, private driveway and parking back there. So full bedroom and bath down on that lower level. Great opportunity for someone that's got a multifamily situation. Otherwise, it's a 5-bedroom, 5-bath, a little over 4,000 square feet in Roseville. By the way, I should mention that. Over by the Midland Hills Golf Course. That one will be going on with the next couple weeks here for $800.
Awesome. Thank you. That was Karen Collins. All right, who else? We saw a deep breath from our coach over here, so I assume you had something to say.
No, I was just excited.
Super amped.
Very much, yeah, just a lot of excitement.
All right, what else you got? I know normally we do the come on and then slowly somebody else jumps in. Oh my God.
I have a buyer's need or a rental need.
Whoa.
I posted on Facebook last night, but my sister and brother-in-law are relocating from Denver to the Twin Cities because she is expecting, so I'm gonna be an auntie soon. Yay. But yeah, so they're looking like Golden Valley, Edina, kind of around the cities, 3 beds, fenced in backyard for their dogs. So if you know of any rentals, send them my way and I'll send them her way. She's very picky, so I've just been like sending. So if you have anything, send it my way, please. I appreciate it. So
All right, anybody before we move on?
Can I do one more?
We would love you to
I'm so sorry.
know
guys.
that.
I'm going to kind of give motivation away just to show sense of urgency on it. I have a woman that has champagne taste on a beer budget, and we're looking for something that is a safe space for her and her children due to escaping a domestic violence issue. So she's looking in White Bear Lake, looking for single family, and she has 3 children. She's pre-approved up to 250,000. I'm trying to push her into St. Paul, into different neighborhoods where she might be able to accomplish a 4-bedroom. But if anyone knows of anything near White Bear Lake, there are multiple schools that her children have to go to due to the family situation, the impact that's had on them. So she does have to commute a lot. As a result, White Bear Lake is kind of the area where she's trying to be focused. But once again, 250,000. The nicest woman in the world, first time home buyer, and I'm trying to help her out. So if anyone has anything in that area, we will look at it.
All right, people, challenge has been set. Start door knocking, find
Yes,
something for
indeed.
John and his client. And hopefully, everyone knows how to hold open house. I haven't heard anyone say anything, but I know that we had a, how's that called? What's it called? A 5,
Level 5.
level 5 open
Open
house?
Yeah,
Who
so
attended?
that's based on shift. There's levels 1
Yeah.
through 7. But Gary Keller says if you don't do at least level 5, you're wasting your time. So we decided to focus on that. And going to a level 5 is pretty straightforward when you know what to do. So it was great. We had, I don't know, maybe 14, 15 people attend.
Awesome. I love it. Yeah, I saw that. Did everybody see that on Facebook? It was awesome. You'll see more of that to come. I did
Yeah.
get great feedback on the field trip on how everybody really enjoyed that kind of basically hands-on.
We all love a field trip, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Remember being like in grade school, going on field trips?
Mhm.
It's all excitement and.
Imagine
so-
going on one with Matt and Alex.
That's
Like,
right.
how much better could that feel?
Best chaperone.
It's loud and it's energized.
Yes.
Yes.
2 things for sure. We have a couple things in the chat. Danielle Warden, she is also looking for a rental 4-bed in the Twin Cities area. Shelby Carr, 340K townhome coming up on Friday in Prior Lake. So if you have anyone for those, definitely reach out to them.
Nice. All right. Okay, guys, I just had to show some of these videos. Look at the excitement when you bring in a new agent. Look at him. He got a new car and
I knew
a
that.
new magnet. That's his company car.
Who's that?
Look at how cool that looks driving by.
Look at that.
Woo!
Congratulations.
Those are pretty nice. And did you know that if you want to spend 10 minutes with our friend Sean, he can get you magnets just like those.
That's
But
awesome.
we probably, and if you ask, I bet Alex would here would let you put your picture, his picture on it as well. You can drive around in your car with his picture slapped to the side.
You don't want to be a secret agent.
That's right.
I like that. No, you don't. So I just had to show those.
I love
Those
it.
are pretty fun.
That's
I can
awesome.
get.
Who else has those? Do we have other agents that have those?
There's a number that.
Gabby had one,
I
I
know
think.
that
Yeah.
Yenna does.
Yeah.
Um,
Wendy does.
Wendy does.
And there's a
Love
few,
it.
yeah, there's a few others as well.
I
Yeah.
like it. I like it. Maybe I'm gonna get some. All right, and then. David, you want to share with us? What is this photo? Do you know anybody in this photo? I should ask.
Yeah, my beautiful daughter right there. Yes, Yaretsi just participate in one of the scholarship for the SPARK. And they receive a lot of application and she was one of the 5 recipients of 2,000, which is great because she's going McAllister, it's not cheap. Even if she get a really good scholarship over there, we are not paying much. So I'm glad that she get that. And yeah, They write an essay, they participate, and then they give the congratulations.
Love it.
I love it.
Congratulations to you. and
That's
your daughter.
awesome. Woohoo!
All right. Isaac, do you want to talk about this fun event that we did?
Yeah, so we had an event last week and we called it the Battle of the Lenders. And it was absolutely fantastic because granted, it was a mortgage conversation. Everybody was paying attention. And so what we had was NAREP Twin Cities helped hosted this event. We had 5 experienced veteran loan officers from different types of lending programs. So we had a broker, we had a traditional bank, we had just a good mix, right? Some that have been in the market for 10 years, some that have been doing this for 25 years, right? And they all, just like we know, lenders borrow money differently. So they were all able to explain, give us some situations, and we held it in like I said, we called it the Battle of the Lenders. And so we took rounds and gave each of them different questions. And it was a lot of fun. It was a lot of fun they gave us, and they battled between each other. Well, my
That was
lender
awesome.
can do this and my program can do that. And so they were taking little shots at each other, but it was all in fun and it was all in empowering the agents and the loan officers that showed up and even insurance agents.
Yeah.
It was a fantastic event. We had about 70 people there. It was at the Canopy Hilton in Minneapolis. And we will be doing it again, right? Because that was it was a great the networking on top of this educational piece. They flowed really well. Even though there's competition, there was a mission that was involved, and we just had a great time. And so we got to meet new people, we got to meet some old faces and bring them together, and yeah, it was a lot of fun.
I have to agree, guys. I will say that I'm going to challenge everybody here. I want to see more faces from this office at the next NAREP event. It was amazing. It was, I'll be honest, it was the first time I've attended, and I was like, okay, what am I gonna do? I'm just gonna go, and who knows if it's gonna be fun? What am I gonna learn, if anything? It was amazing. I actually learned a ton from the battle. Pardon me?
Did you plan to say where the?
I did not. I just said that to Jordan. I go, oh crap, I'm wearing- Shit.
Hey, it was a party. She just got back.
Yeah.
And this is 7-day with 6-day party.
That's how we do it.
kind of feel like it. It was fun though, you guys, and it was just, I learned a ton about just things with the Latino community and things that they're doing. I learned a ton about even on the mortgage side as far as what's out there and what's available. So these events, and again, like Isaac said, a ton of networking. It was great. The food was really good. It was a lot of fun. So I'm really going to kind of encourage you as you see these events come up. And there's a way that you can find out more about what's going on, and that's just by becoming a member. So if you are not currently a member, I'm going to ask you to reach out to me, and I will get you registered to become a member of the Twin Cities NAREP. And you will be then getting all that information, but I really want to see and push to see more attendance at these events, because I think you will really find there's a lot of value there and a lot that you can also contribute. Isaac.
We've had success with the last few events that we've had. I'm going to brag a little bit about our group. We put on a good show. We put on a good event. And right now it's the hottest place to be in the Twin Cities real estate.
Love it. And you don't have to speak Spanish.
You don't have to speak
You do
Spanish.
not.
Oh,
You
you
will
guys-
learn Spanish,
You
probably.
can learn.
I know, exactly. When someone is talking, you don't know, I'm like, because I did hear Martha was talking, I think might have been to Wendy, or I don't know who she was talking to, but I did pick my name up in the conversation. I walked over, I'm like, wait a minute. I think she was just saying I was here. but- So
Steve,
yeah, definitely, guys, it was an awesome event. So thank you for including me and inviting me. I really enjoyed it.
Thank you for
Yes.
your time.
Steve put in the chat, great event, proud of our KWIR leadership. So way to go, guys, getting out there. All right.
All right, Todd. Wondering if, since we have a surprise guest in the room I wasn't anticipating, I would love it if you wanted to speak to these numbers that I was told you shared today, or I can definitely speak to them, but I would love to have you if you want to. I kind of just.
Yeah, so I gotta move up here. My eyes aren't as good as that.
Yeah, the numbers aren't real big.
So the other day I was driving past a competitor's office and I looked at their sign and something just irritated me because this competitor receives awards for the number of transactions that they produce per agent. Yet when I go into Broker Metrics and I pull up their numbers, I don't get anywhere close to the numbers that they tell that they do per agent. Not anywhere close. Like I'm 10 lower than what they're accepting awards for. So I just thought, well, I know that this competitor doesn't have as many agents that produce deals as the Maple Grove office does. So I just want to compare the numbers between the two. So they had 68 agents that produced a deal in the last rolling 12. And so I checked on Maple Grove, the top 69 agents at the KW agent office in Maple Grove and how they compared. And what was interesting was that we did 25 deals per agent in the last rolling 12 months, and they did 15. So then I thought, well, how do we compare to other competitors as well? So anyways, I then looked at the Roseville office to see how we would compare there. So in the last rolling 12 months, Keller Williams Integrity Realty in Roseville did 1,102 transactions. That's 22 deals per agent. That is the highest out of our competitors. Edina Realty, right over here, they did 456 transactions. By the way, this is in the top 50 just because there was only 48 agents at Edina Realty that produced a deal in the last rolling 12 months, but we had 130 some that had produced a deal. So I really couldn't compare on every single agent just because nobody comes close to the number of agents producing deals in the last rolling 12 months. So they only had 48, so we took 50, so they didn't get counted for 2, but they still had 2 on their roster that produced 0, right? So they did 9 deals per agent.
So how
So,
many agents do they have? Sorry.
so Broker Metrics is broken right now, so
Oh.
we don't actually know. It will show in Broker Metrics agents that historically have been there, but are no longer in the real estate industry, not what they totally have. So we wish that they would fix that, but it's broken.
But you said that was based on the top 50
This
agents
is
in
just-
each.
Exactly.
So basically, if you were gonna say
It's all
50
equal,
agents.
right?
yeah.
Got it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, instead of making up numbers, apparently like some of our competitors do, which I don't respect, let's just go with real numbers, right? These are real numbers, real comparisons. So Edina Realty did 9 deals per agent. Now, you have to ask yourself this question, right? If you were going to give yourself the best chances for success in real estate right now, would you go to like a virtual company that doesn't have a real estate office? You know, and tells you that, well, there's some person in some nameless, faceless location that sits at home on their couch right now and does nothing while everybody else goes out to work. And we've got this virtual thing. Oh, but the virtual thing really isn't working because now we have to go grab office space, which is way more expensive than what you would rent at Keller Williams. So anyway, if you gave yourself the best chances for success, looking at this between Keller Williams, Roseville, and Edina Realty, Roseville, there's only one conclusion, right? These are just facts. That this is our scorecard. Nobody's bad, nobody's good. This is just a scorecard. And then if we look at RE/MAX results on Ford Parkway down here, they did 432 transactions, but unfortunately they only had 30 some agents that produced a deal. 35, I believe, was the number in the last rolling 12 months. So they were at 9 deals per agent. And then the RE/MAX results on Grand was the next one. They did 593 transactions. Oh, sorry, that was creative
Yeah,
results.
sorry, my thing's blocking it.
Yeah.
Great result of that one.
Yeah, by the way, when I did it, I put them in order top down, so it made it easier. So,
I like to jump around.
yeah, so anyway, creative results did 9 deals per agent. They did have 50 agents that did produce a deal in the last rolling 12 months. So they were at 9 deals. And then I think it's RE/MAX results on Grant. they did 593. They only had 33 or 34 agents that produced a deal, but they have more agents on their roster. So if we said the top 50, they only did 12 deals per agent. And then Partners Realty in Roseville, they did 383 transactions or 8 deals per agent. And then Coldwell Banker on Grand, they did pretty good. They actually were the closest in total number doing a transaction. They had 105, I believe, that did a transaction in the last rolling 12 months, but their top 50 did 963 deals, and they were at 19 per agent. So again, if I was going to choose, I'd be looking at Coldwell Banker or KW. Obviously, I'm biased, so we're going to look at KW, right? But that was the purpose of doing this, and that's just a real scorecard versus. Oh, by the way, this company that I was talking about that accepts awards for doing allegedly 25 deals per agent, they also create a separate brokerage so that they can shuffle their buyer's agents, their admins, their showing agents, their listing specialists into a separate company with the support services thing. I won't say which company, but you can go look it up if you want. And so basically what they're trying to do is juice their numbers even more by shuffling these agents over into the sub company. Now, we want to make everybody a full Keller Williams agent at Keller Williams. So if you ever see this company touting how many deals that they do per agent, keep in mind that they operate off of a separate reporting platform from every other company, including Edina Realty and Partners and Creative, so that they can pump up their numbers. But even by pumping up their numbers by doing that, they still don't even come close to ours. And again, I'm not mentioning that company, but you can guess which one it is, right?
So you mean what they'll do is like technically if there's a non-producing agent, they'll shuffle them over as an admin of sorts or something like
No,
that.
they're a producing agent. man. They're a producing agent.
Okay,
They just shuffle them over here so they can jack up their numbers over here, and then they report their numbers under a lead agent over
Got
at the main company.
yeah, I see what you mean.
And so then they do that on purpose so that they can accept those awards. Which again, I can't find one of their offices that actually produces at the level that they say that they do. So I guess they just make up numbers.
Right.
I love it.
Okay.
What is that?
She wants to know who it is.
It's one of the companies on the list. One of the companies that might produce like 12 deals per agent.
But you can't see, can you? I know, right? Because I'm keeping it so mysterious
Right?
with my
Yes.
block screen.
Should have bumped it up. Sorry about that.
No, you're good.
Awesome. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Thank you. Great information. And that is the who you're in business with matters. And again, it's your, not the way I spell. But we're not here for that. Okay, just a reminder, again, we talked about this last week, but there are spots, get out there, sign up.
It's on
Love
the
this
training
picture with our own Marky Mark. Tuesday, September 20th at Mystic Lake North Parking Lot. I will be there. And again, we discussed why. It's on that side of the river, but that's not that far away, guys. I promise you. But I think this would be fun to see this group trying to put together dressers. I'm in for that laugh, or for that success story. I say we all get there and do this. So September 20th.
We did it this year, right? And it was really fun.
Yeah.
It inspired example.
So we're probably gonna maybe next team meeting, maybe send out a sign up so we can make teams, because I understand that's how it works is by teams. So I already know that I'm going to have Matt and Travis on my team. Because I've seen those two at the tools around the building. So.
I mean, I was on the winning team.
Maybe
for
you
many
two then, maybe,
years.
just saying, but let's get out there and support that, get involved in these activities outside of our market.
What time is that?
It's on the training calendar, so the time is on there. I think it's like 1 to 4 that day, if I remember correctly. Afternoon, I believe.
Can we
Yeah.
register right off the training calendar as well?
Yeah, it's an Eventbrite link. But if we're making a team,
Anybody?
I think it's on Roosevelt Connect.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I was wondering where that
Yeah,
was.
exactly.
Thanks.
You're
Thank
welcome.
you. All new road.
The all
That's right.
new and improved.
Yes, which we got to take a look at. last week. All right, guys. Who was here? Got to see the little man walking around
Yeah.
yesterday? You figuring it out? Do you want it? Are you taking it? Should we leave it? Throw it? It's not that far away. Like October 6th is right around the corner. Jordan had a great idea. What we're gonna do.
Oh, yeah. We're gonna have a packing party as we get closer to the date, probably end of mid-September.
Yeah, we're
End of
thinking like the
September?
very kind of end of September, so we're ready.
Mhm.
Because the move is October 6th physically. Now, I know a lot of people are like, oh, I'm not even bringing this crap, I'm getting all new stuff. So we'll talk about if there's the opportunity to get there sooner, if you're, after October 1st, basically is when we'll be starting to kind of go in and do that, so. But yeah, if I got a pizza party and
Yeah.
boxing, we all kind of box together, have some pizza. We'll have a dumpster, because I know people are gonna have garbage. And get rid of stuff, so keep this on your calendar, watch for it. And again, if I kind of came around and went through offices and asked if you're getting rid of this, if you weren't here, maybe just touch base with me so we can make sure that if there's something that I didn't anticipate you were gonna move, but now you are, just kind of let us know. You guys are gonna have the responsibility will be that all of the agents that have offices will pack up their own stuff in boxes and have them there, as well as take any pictures off the walls. If you want your computers or TVs moved by them, they have to be disconnected, cords wrapped up. They will bring them to the new location, and then you will be responsible to unpack, to set up your computers, reconnect your TVs. We will come around as we get a little bit closer with either a numbering system of, this is your boxes, so put up this number on every box, or we may just have, if we have our signs on our doors already, we may do it that way, just depending on what works best. Alicia.
I know we can't paint at the new office, but can we put up like the final like wallpaper, the stickers? That'll come up.
So here's how we're going to do it. There is going to be, so with each office, anyone that takes an office, that office, as long as you can return it back to normal and the same condition you took it out in, you can go ahead and, some of those stickers, I know what you're talking about, like the vinyl peels, they'll come on pretty easily, but you also want to make sure, because some of them will pull off the plaster. So that'll just be the responsibility of each agent going into those offices. So, if they're hanging a big whiteboard or something like that, that would be your responsibility to fill those holes and just to return that office to that same. And those also will be coming out. I know we have the list of all the people that are already moving in, and so those contracts will be coming out to everybody here over the next week as well, just so we can get that all ready and prepared.
We want to really limit the number of people that are moving things over there early. So we are actually doing the final walkthrough on the building today at 11 o'clock. We should get the certificate of occupancy pretty soon. But just like residential, you don't want to be moving too many things in ahead of time and have the inspector get kind of twisted out of shape and not give you your certificate of occupancy until you get everything out. And then two, we've got an agreement with the landlord where we're not supposed to be taking occupancy until October 1st. They're going to allow a few people to get some things in there early. So I would say after October 1st, we could probably allow you to move some of your delicate items in if you wanted to do that. But otherwise, let's just try and keep it to the moving
October
day. It'll
6th.
make it much easier for
Yep.
everybody. So
Yeah.
What's the street address again?
2660 Arthur Street.
2660.
Yep. And so, yeah, if you don't want, like, if you want to move your own TV or your own computer, I don't see the reason why, like on the Wednesday before, so that'd be the 5th, that agents could, either take that over, or maybe you just want to put them aside in your car, bring them over after the movers have moved all the bigger items. But you are welcome to also have the movers move those for you on the 6th.
yeah, and then two, John had just asked what the address was, 2660 Arthur Street. For anybody that's making a change to any marketing materials, business cards, whatever you might have. What's the zip?
5113.
What's the address again? 26
2660 Arthur.
Arthur.
No, sweet.
No suite. We are 2660, and Minnesota title is 2670.
Arthur Drive Street.
What was the zip code again?
55113.
Correct.
And we'll give all that, we'll send kind of a. We're gonna send an email out that's gonna have kind of a like, hey, here's kind of food
Yeah.
for thought on
Yeah.
things you're gonna wanna look at changing, business cards, Google, all of that for you and your business. So
I'm just
we'll make
glad
sure you
it
have all
won't
of
come
that.
up 5 different ways in Google.
Yeah,
Maps.
right? Woohoo!
Yeah,
No more lost clients.
Center Drive or Center Street or-
One quick question, are we gonna get fobs to get entry, or is there gonna be a like for after hours kind of stuff.
So we're gonna talk that through.
Okay.
today, And then we'll get with the locksmith to decide. how
Okay.
We're gonna do it. So it is wired for props. We're just not sure if we're gonna go. that direction.
Got it.
Because if we are, then I'll just have to hold on to you forever. Which is the idea.
Which is the idea.
Okay, everybody pull your phone out. I want to see everybody's phone. If you're in this room, pull out that phone. I know
Wait,
if
I
you
gotta move
zoom
this
from where
guy.
you are because I was in church last week and I zoomed from way further back. Got it.
Yeah.
Click on this, register for Mega Camp. If you're online,
Yeah, still scan it.
If you're on your computer, scan that. Register for Mega Camp at the new location. So think of those of you, and we had a great turnout last year. So last year, if you got to see, glue on the floor, no carpet,
Spiders.
spiders, kind of a sketchy bathroom. This is
Yeah.
gonna be so different. This is gonna be Mega Camp. And you're even gonna get barbecue for lunch. So you're kind of gonna feel like you're right there in Texas. Man, maybe I'll turn the air off and make it warm in there.
Cowboy hats,
I
cowboy
was gonna
boots.
say, and you might see your leadership team, a little bit of cowboy gear.
Texas.
We're gonna make you feel like you're there, so. You've got, on Tuesday, it's 8 to 11, will be our first session. There'll be a breakout from 11:15 to noon. Lunch will be noon to 1, and then 1 to 5 will be another afternoon session, and then on Wednesday, 8 to noon, lunch noon to 12:30, and then you need to be there. I mean, all of it is always, but while I love a little Gary Keller, I love a lot of Mo. And so we're gonna have Mo Anderson, 12:30 to 2 with the cultural summit. And to me, that is, your business is your business and you're doing that, and that's why you're here. But when you hear Mo, you really know why you're here. You really see what KW is about. It's about building the communities and helping others. And so I think you'll be very happy to be there. So $25. You just go on, get signed up. We'll take care of the rest of that part of the billing. So don't worry about it. You don't have to have that right now. So don't let that hold you back.
What is the free here?
If the-
It says 20, yeah, because otherwise you have to pay through Eventbrite and there's a bunch of fees.
yeah.
So we don't put the cost on
Yeah.
there.
So yeah, we're not gonna have you pay there because then you'd have, like she said.
Yeah, it's like $5 in fees that you have to pay to.
I'm like registered now, you do I have to register?
Nope, so if you've already been registered, obviously, no, nope. If you've been registered, nope, no worries. But we really want to have an amazing turnout, so we're anticipating to see you there, and maybe we'll drive around, grab you. If you're not there, we'll come get you, we'll send somebody out for you.
If you're gonna do it, don't do it through the Mega Camp site, do it through the Eventbrite link that
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
'cause you'll be
They send
paying-
out, because
yes,
otherwise
'cause
it's
you'll be paying
$150
a different fee on that. So. And this will give the links.
Yeah.
All right,
Woo-hoo.
Damian, wait, you still have your phones out, right? Yeah,
Another
use
giant
this
QR
one.
code.
You don't want to do this giant QR code.
Yes, we are super duper excited. We're gonna have a market center outing. It's gonna be down in Stillwater Boat Cruise. So it's gonna be Tuesday, August 30th, so 2 weeks from today. Yeah, so we are gonna be out on the water from 11 a.m. to 1:30. We'll have appetizers. They're gonna provide those for us. And then there will be a cash bar open as well for any drinks, alcoholic or non-alcoholic, they have it all. But yeah, please, please, please come. This is free to you guys. This is just like a celebration, kind of an end of the summer. We only have a couple, knock on wood, like month or two left of maybe okay weather. So let's go enjoy it out on the water together. And then I know there was some questions. This is market center only. We would love to have everyone bring a guest, but we're just keeping it for our agents, our admins, our staff here in the office. So yeah.
But do include your team. So
Yeah.
if you have an admin, if you have, somebody who's doing some of that for you, please definitely make sure that they get included in this event. Our partners will be there, mortgage partners and title partners. So those guys will be joining us. But yeah,
This is on the Andiamo, or on one of the paddle boats, I'm guessing.
yeah, it's on a boat.
Yeah. Yep. Big boat. Big boat.
We shortened it a little bit, so it's not quite a 3-hour cruise, because we all know how those turn out.
Yeah, yeah.
So yeah, if you're seasick, get your Dramamine.
Yeah, no
Everybody
Gilligan's
rolls off
Island
the-
going on.
Did anyone see the Office episode where they did a boat crew? Okay.
Ah,
I
no.
can't get that out of my mind.
Oh, no. I'll be sure to look that one up today.
Yeah.
Take a look.
And if you guys have any questions too, just reach out to any of us on leadership. Doc, I think we're boarding probably about half hour before we take off. Again, that's down in Stillwater. They're gonna have parking, but just try to give yourself extra time if it's busy down there.
Don't be late.
Yeah, and don't be late, 'cause boat's taking off at
Yeah,
11
and it
a.m.
does, like they are on tight timeline, so they're out and off, so. Woo-hoo. Oh, guys, yay, can you believe these things are coming already? And I think we're gonna get it pretty good, because we were talking about this. So these are 2 client events. There are flyers that are available to you for social media, print,
In postcard.
and postcards. You can get those, you just gotta contact Sean, he'll get those to you. Get these out to your clients now, maybe run this one right now and then hop in with this pretty quickly after that. But all you have to do is get the information out to your clients and we will do the rest for you. We will have the Halloween party, so this is, wear their best costumes, bring the kiddos. They'll come in, we'll go through the market center, give out candy, kids will get candy. At the very end, you guys will determine how many pumpkins you want and we'll have that for you. So you say 50 pumpkins, 100 pumpkins. We actually found one of our partners has a brother who has pumpkins. So we can get a great deal on that. But that'll be the only thing to you guys is it was a $25, $50
Yeah.
to join the Halloween party. And then just the cost of your pumpkins, but the rest is all taken care of for you. And then the Christmas event, we'll have our Santa.
Yep.
December 3rd, 1 to 4. And we'll be doing, and Martha, what's it called again? Trees for trees for toys. Toys for trees. Yeah. Yeah, so
Same thing.
you will have the ability to send it out to your clients ahead of time and you can put something on here about how they RSVP to let you know, yes, I want a Christmas tree. Yes, I want a Christmas tree, who does? And then or a wreath, and then you'll be responsible to cover the cost of those once you let us know how many. And then your clients bring a toy for each of their trees or wreath or whatever that they're getting. And then we'll have a big donation that we'll be able to give back. Yep, there'll be cookies, there'll be pictures with Santa, there'll be all kinds of fun things like always, but we'll have that added where we'll have the trees and we'll have the ability to do a little bonfire out back, so.
It's gonna be so fun in the new building too. The Santa event last year, if you guys were here, it was packed. It was
Yeah.
crazy.
Yes, it
So
was.
to have the big space and to
And
have,
it was,
yeah.
and that actually wasn't, we didn't do a ton of agents just because we were kind of late bringing it out, so.
Yeah.
This year should be amazing. And remember, the best part about those client events is all these clients walk in and think, wow, look at all these clients Martha has, because they don't know that it's not just Martha doing the client event. It looks like it's, it's just Martha and really it's another agent here or there. So great way to just kind of boost your business and do something special for your clients. Yes.
We think it's a good idea to every agent had the same thing for the clients. Just like Pete last year have these beautiful ones that you and the other clients said, and do I get this? No, that's not you. So I think it's really good that every client has the same.
I like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. And again, it's the weekend right after Thanksgiving. I mean, you have the weekend of Thanksgiving, but it's the weekend right after. So that's when most people are getting their trees and probably haven't already, done that. So again, get with Shannon, reach out to him. Sean.
Big chance.
I almost made it. I almost, yeah, true, I'm sure. Exactly.
Awesome.
Get in contact with them.
And we have Santa booked for next year too
Yes.
already.
Carrie, I haven't bought a Christmas tree in like decades. What does a Christmas tree cost per tree?
Well, we will get the cost because we obviously get a deal based on the number. I mean, if you're just to go out and buy one yourself, mine last year was like $95.
Depends on how big.
But it depends on, correct, I made that
They're
was
like
18 feet.
30,
Oh, geez.
those 20 dollars. They're not expensive.
Yeah.
You
So
have
maybe-
space for.
You said like 30, Martha? Okay.
It depends on the variety
Yeah.
and the size.
So yeah, we'll get pricing out as soon as we figure all that good stuff out. All right.
Blue screws.
Dun, 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 dun. Oh, wait, did you have more to say on that? Okay, perfect. Just wanted to give you guys a bit of a heads up. The training calendar, since we are in the middle of this move and it's summer and it's crazy and now school's starting again, it is going to be a little light the next month and a half or so because today's August 15th. Yeah.
Yeah.
16?
16.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
But yeah, just wanted to give you guys a heads up that from the leadership level, it will be a little bit lighter as we're just preparing. We're gonna get a lot of exciting stuff happening when we get into that brand new big training room. It's gonna be awesome in there. So coaching is still gonna have their awesome classes. So we'll get the calendar updated for all of those. But yeah, just want to put that out there, and thanks for all your patience and understanding. This is obviously a big move. So just bear with us a little as we are trying to do everything and deal with all that. So appreciate you guys.
Looks like
Yeah.
not gonna be the norm. It's just kind of getting us through. So.
Yep.
Yeah, but there'll still be stuff on there.
Yes.
And one of the things that will be coming by the time we get into the new office is some Wisconsin classes, specific Wisconsin forum classes and things like that. So that will hopefully be very helpful to a lot of our Wisconsin agents.
Definitely.
This is awesome. Sean, how's this going?
Great so far.
Yep, yippee. So if you have not already, get on to the Roseville Connect. Go into there and look under there for the marketing services. He's getting busy. I've already seen stuff coming in. I love it. So guys, this is to help you and give you some time back so you can get out and do your business. So definitely go in and check it out. Reach out to Sean. Do you have any questions? I was always gonna, I don't even know if my links will work. You could try one, but I really want, I know that a lot of times Todd will share links with us, or I mean, numbers with us. Okay. So I just want to make sure like everybody knows how easy it is to go out and get those same stats and to get numbers when you're, giving that information back to your clients. Because obviously that's, you're the expert. You want to be able to get there, give them that, but you can go in and get any of these under the SPAR stats, the spar.stats.showingtime.com reports. You can just click on the SPAR links and they'll take you to any of this that you want.
It's also on the new
Thank
Roseville
you.
Connect website. Go check it out.
Ooh.
Exactly. Yep, and where on that website would we go?
Just under resources.
Okay, perfect.
Ooh, awesome.
So just RosevilleConnect.com,
Market
resources, market stats. Love it.
Everyone should be looking at those at a minimum once per week,
Mhm.
just so we're all clear, because that comes into play at appointments all the time. I just helped an agent secure a price reduction last Wednesday, and I used all the stats from Right Quick in there to justify it and explain why it's important that we get down to a certain price. So it's critical.
Oh, it's right here.
Glad you popped that up though. So for anybody who wasn't, and so for anybody who wasn't here last week, I know, like Sean was saying, will you click on it again?
This one right here.
We've got the market stats and reports right here, but keep in mind, guys, there's a ton of great stuff that he has added in here with this checklist, the city and county information, the TISH inspections, the city utilities info. Like this is everything you need that you're always out running, trying to find. You're maybe filling out something for your listing input form and it's there. Do you want to click on it, just kind of show, go back to resources, click on like the checklist.
Checklist. I was right on it. Huh?
And these are different checklists that you can use, and they're right there.
Mhm.
I mean, here you go, things to do. Go back to resources again, go back to TISH inspections. Who has them? If you're like, I can't remember, does the city have a TISH inspection?
And that's a big deal.
Yeah.
Don't want to forget that.
Question.
I want to ask everyone, if you run into a city that's not on this list, please let us know.
Yep. Yeah, let Sean know right away so he can get it added on there. And then just one other really quick, I mean, there's a ton of great things, but when you go to the cities and counties, there.
Or do you want the market stats? Okay.
Yeah, but there's all the county websites. So if you're making if you're doing an open house flyer, if you're doing something for your, with the listing, you've got all the city websites. This is gonna take you, is it to go back to utilities?
Right here.
Yeah.
Right here.
So, yep, city utilities info, that's what I was thinking. Like, hello, it's right there. You want to give this to the people that are coming into those open houses and, I mean, it's all right here. You can copy and paste, make your own.
It just
form.
keeps going.
Yeah.
A long time.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's awesome.
I didn't think, I thought he was just sitting back there
Yeah, just
being
sitting
quiet,
there,
so he didn't have to do
twiddling their
anything. So, thank you so much,
Yeah.
Sean.
Yeah.
This is amazing.
Woo!
I love this.
Thanks,
And
Sean.
Yourself onto Gross Up Connect if you haven't already.
Yeah. All right, now I gotta find my way back. Oh, there we go. Do you want me to click on any more of these ones? Okay, perfect.
Are you on today, Chad? I haven't heard yet.
Yeah,
So we're gonna.
okay, keep going.
Just remember if you have commercial questions, commercial needs, talk to Chad. We talked about this last week, but again, guys, here are some commercial mastermind that's happening today. We've got luxury, today also, land mastermind, August 19th. So these are some great things you can tune into. Just go to your KW Connect. These are some of the different communities that we have. So definitely look into those, look at joining those, find your kind of your niche. What is your niche? What do you want to, add to what you're doing already? And you can add more than one. I'm kind of just going to jump. We talked about military, which there'll be more coming out on this. So I'm going to jump towards it because it's actually 10:20. So I'm going to we are doing broker Q&A today, and Lynn has some good examples. Before we jump into Lynn, and we'll do our gratitude when we're done with. Does anybody have anything, any
wait.
questions or anything right now? Online. Okay, we are gonna let Lynn, are you out there?
I am.
We're gonna let
I'm gonna
Lynn.
stop sharing.
Yeah, say just put her main screen.
There she is.
And Lynn has got some things she's gonna share with us, as well as then do some broker Q&A. One thing I do want to share, I know there was a post on Facebook. We're gonna kind of really try and make sure we're all on the same page for the market center, just kind of hours and availability for things. So just a reminder, it is Monday through Friday, 9 to 5 is when you're going to have the ability to kind of have that person available at the front desk to do things. We do ask that by 3 p.m., if you have a listing for that day, that it is in by 3 p.m. This allows them time to get it entered. This allows them time to really to reach out if there's things that are missing. You'd be surprised on how many listings are incomplete and they need some information before they can get it live. And by the time they've gone back and forth and realized it, and obviously there's interruptions. Unfortunately, there's never going to be a position where they're sitting at the front desk and nobody's coming up at the same time to ask a question. Saturdays will be 10 to 2. And Sundays, again, there is not anyone, and there won't be anyone in the office. Let me just kind of rephrase that. On Saturday, there is not anyone in the office. The phones will now start Saturdays being rolled over. So somebody will be answering them between 10 and 2. The phones will get answered. Just like always, we aren't technically housing anything for Sunday, but if something needs to be done, I just need a text message. And if I get that text message, it will get done, but I need to know because I'm not checking my email throughout that time. But if we get a message that and all it has to say is, hey, Carrie, just sent a listing or just sent a change form or just sent, whatever to the front desk email, as long as it's in that email, it's going to take me 2 seconds to say, I'm home, I'm at my computer, I'll do it, or I will email out. I've got 5 different people I can email and say, hey, who's got time to quickly do this for us? So as long as I get a text message and I know, because again, I'm out and about, or we're all out and about, we're not looking technically at that email, but if I get a text message, I'll see it and we will get it done for you during that, again, kind of that 10 to 2 time frame on a Sunday. And then if there is an emergency, again, I just need a text message. If I get that and I know it's there, we'll make it happen.
All right. All right.
Any
Lynn,
questions?
Oh, yeah, I guess.
Thank you for that.
All right, no question? All right, we'll let Lynn take the floor then.
All right. So part of compliance is making sure when we take a listing, we have all the documents that go with that listing before it goes on the MLS. So I have instructed the front desk, and most agents are pretty good, but we all get that one listing or that one moment where we're running kind of crazy and probably working out of our car. We still have to have the right paperwork or we're not going to be able to put it on the MLS. Coming soon needs all the paperwork. A withhold needs most of it. I think I'm going to ask Sean to put my checklists on his website. Sean, is that something that you can do?
Be great, yep.
Okay. But if you're turning a listing into the front desk and you want it put on the MLS, she needs to have agency, a listing contract, the MLS input, affiliated, net sheet, KW disclosures. If it's a city that has a TIsh, it needs to have a TIsh before it's active. We could have it coming soon and still be waiting for the TIsh. Something that some agents are struggling with is the market has changed and shifted very quickly. And so when you're doing that withhold and you sign the original listing contract, everyone's going back and reviewing what their list price is, which is, we should be doing that. But if you're going to change the list price and then ask the front desk to upload it, you have to make sure that your listing contract and your input form both have the same price. Guys, this sounds basic, but we're failing at it. I'm okay if you make the change on the listing contract and have it initialed before it's uploaded. Otherwise, ideally, please use a change form, the MLS change form. You can have it changed before it goes on the MLS.
And hey, Lynn, just one quick question to clarify. If I got the input form and the contract and they match the price when I meet with them, and then I'm gonna change it, the change form alone is sufficient, correct? I don't have.
Correct.
Okay.
Correct. Just make sure the front desk knows that it's there.
Yeah.
Because they're inputting off that MLS input. So make sure, you put a note that, hey, we've got a change in price, see a change form.
Perfect.
These gotta match, guys. If the DOC knocks on our door, there's no excuse. You're paid for fiduciary duties to make sure this is correct, and listing price is like the thing on a listing. The other thing I'm kind of laughing at slightly is the tax records. You all realize I don't care what the property taxes are. I don't care if they're low. I don't care if they're high. What I'm looking at is who's the homeowner. Is it a trust? Is it an LLC? Is it an individual? So some of you print out a version that I'm not even sure where you get it, but it shows like all the money that's owed and how it's owed 2 times a year. But you don't have anything about who the owner is. So I'm looking to see what kind of ownership it is. Do I need to ask for trust documents? Do I need to ask for LLC documents? I don't care what they pay. If I notice they're paying almost nothing, I am going to shoot you a message to see what kind of credit they have. If it's a VA credit, if it's a disability for being blind. Usually taxes should be 1.25 of the price. If they're way lower than that, we're going to ask. Last month I ran into one where it was a seller that was a person. Tax records showed the owner was a bank. It wasn't a foreclosure. So I had to reach out to the agent, and my thought was correct. It was in the foreclosure process, and they now needed to get their payoff from the sheriff, and their title company needed to verify they had enough money to close.
Can I interject something quick?
Yeah.
When you're prepping for a listing appointment, you should always pull the tax records before you even meet the client, because this is happening many times. If the name of the person you're talking to and you're going to meet differs from the owner of record, you have to find out what's going on with that. Why is this different? It could be something simple. It could be someone else has interest and it's a family member, but you have to know that, because if it differs, you might not be meeting with the person that could even sign to sell the property. So always check it even before you meet with the person.
Yeah. And then you have unique ones like we're having signed this afternoon that seller's got a very long, unusual name and it was never spelled right the first time. Now she's divorced, changed her name, and our closer's tracking down how to figure out what name she signs in and out of. So work with your closers. But that's the only reason I'm looking at the tax record is to identify what kind of, who the seller is and what kind of entity they are. If you got a commercial property, obviously the list is less, and I think those agents are aware. And if you're working with a bank-owned property, I think we've only got one agent that's doing that right now. She knows that that's less. We do have people coming up with leases now where they're working with tenants. And Brown said that that might be a little bit more common. On command, we actually have a whole separate drop down for if it's a lease. And what's required. You still need agency. You still need representation if you're representing this leasee or the leaseor. So the tenant or the landlord. You likely still need an MLS input. So we're going to ask for almost the same documents. One thing that does change is that $4.99 is only being charged at $99. So if you are working with a residential lease, it is $99. Does that make sense to everyone?
On both sides, Lynn?
What?
Is that on both sides? Because I know that the, if you're representing the tenant, there's not a whole lot of payout on that side too. So I just was curious, is that on both sides of the rental?
Carrie?
I'm what?
Is the $99 broker commission on
Yes.
both sides?
Yep.
On a purchase or on a lease and a listing lease, okay?
Yep, I have that.
But the buyer normally don't pay anything except the lease.
If you're representing the tenant, you're getting a commission. So that's when the 99 would be charged. Does that make sense to everyone?
Mhm.
Okay, this is kind of dry material, but it's important. If you've got something that's unusual, today I'm going on, that's why I'm actually working from home. I have a listing appointment after this, and it is a probate. Reach out to me ahead of time. I actually got a pretty good canned email for probate sales. I'll send that to you. If you've got anything that's outside the norm, feel free to reach out to me. Also reach out to your title company. I will share with you, I just closed my son's transaction last week. He was very sick with COVID, missed 6 months of work and had a forbearance. I had something I've never had happen before. Besides the fact the forbearance added $9,000 worth of interest to the backside of his mortgage. That floored me. The buyer's title company went, ooh, this is in loss mitigation. People, he was current with his mortgage payments. His credit is good. He bought a nice house. Buyer's title company went, ooh, and they withheld an additional 2.5% of the sales price in case the payoff was short. So the day of closing, he really came out probably 17,000 less than he thought he was on my net sheet. Hopefully he gets some of that money back now when the payoff balances out. But obviously the title companies are seeing these forbearances come back and be more expensive than what they're planning on. Or they wouldn't be holding money back like that. I'll be honest, I was glad it was my kid and not some person I was trying to not have be mad at me. All right. Any other things that have come up this week that are questions or concerns?
Yes. I've got a question on disclosure really quick.
Okay.
This is in relation to a disclosure alternatives. So let's, for example, say you're listing a property, it's disclosure alternatives. And then you notice something minor, right? Something that should be disclosed, but you're already waiving disclosure. My guess is the process, you still have to disclose it because you as the agent know about it, correct?
Okay, so when a client chooses to use a disclosure alternative, on page 1, there's 2 options. The top option, they don't waive disclosure, they provide an inspection report.
Yep.
They can still disclose everything with that. They're responsible to go through that inspection report and make sure that if something's been missed, they disclose it.
Okay.
That is a valid way for a real estate agent to disclose when you're selling a property. The second option is the waiver. And once the seller has waived disclosure and the buyers accepted it, the seller does not want to open that door and give any disclosure, or now they're liable for full disclosure because you can't pick and choose what you disclose.
Okay.
If the agent is aware of a material fact, something that's going to affect someone's enjoyment or use of the property. So it's a little vague. If the agent's aware of that, then the agent has to do basically, I'd like it's not even going to be an addendum, it's just a statement that, hey, you know what, when I was there on Thursday, July 5th, I saw a wet corner in the basement.
Okay, so just to clarify then, if I know something that's an agent, I do have to disclose that on a separate, whatever, amendment or something like that, but the seller doesn't have to, and the seller should not.
The waiver does not remove, sorry, guys, the waiver does not remove the agent's responsibility to disclose a material fact.
Okay, thank you for clarifying that.
A real estate agent cannot use the waiver when selling their own property.
Right.
NAR says we're responsible to disclose everything.
So either a full disclosure or an alternative with the third party inspector as the.
Correct.
Yeah, okay.
Guys, it's a Chihuahua in her. She got a roar. Other thing. All right, I think she's kind of settling down. Other things that kind of weird came up in this last couple weeks. Yeah. When we asked on the opportunity, when we ask for the MLS to be uploaded, make sure it's the MLS showing the commission. I personally would make sure it's the MLS showing the commission the day you showed the property, or at the very least, the day that you submitted the offer. We have in the last couple weeks had where the listing company greatly changed the MLS payout before closing. And our agent happened to have the MLS printout from when it was originally marketed and they wrote the offer. I was able to get our agent their full commission. That is, I've heard of that. That was actually the first time I've seen it. But that's why we ask, make sure that you got the MLS printout uploaded. And it's not that I can't find it on the MLS when I review the file. It's that I want to have something to be able to get your full commission back with. I also had to dig into one this last couple weeks that a builder was declining to refund earnest money. But their agent had signed the cancellation with refund of earnest money. And I had to do due diligence and pull up the statute that says earnest money has to be refunded within 10 days of being signed. Our client got their money back. Anything else that's come up that's unusual? Boy, we're quiet today. I've been asking.
I got one really quick thing. I don't want to keep everybody,
Yeah.
but this came up and it's important. We had we do a net sheet as we're supposed to. There was an assessment.
Yeah.
And we failed to add that to, there was like a municipal assessment and we kind of failed to add that to the net sheet. And the client got a smaller payout at closing than they thought, because they had like forgotten about the assessment. And so we're just trying to do a better diligence to add things like that in. It's easy to forget or miss it.
And you should be asking your sellers if they're aware of any.
Yeah, and we have that in our process, but I just wanted to put that in everyone's ear because we
Yeah.
missed it, and I think they were a little miffed at us because they went off our net sheet, and it says clearly it's an estimate, and whatever, but all that doesn't change the fact that you've got a client who thinks that you should have told them that.
Yeah.
And if you read the PA, it actually states how much the title company has to hold back for an assessment. And it can add up really fast.
Yeah. Well, for
Um,
everyone's benefit, I wanted to mention that. 'Cause we had a very happy customer and now they're not very happy.
Yeah. Yes.
Not all the sellers actually are aware of the assessment. So I always
No.
make a habit of calling city and the county to make sure, because sometimes the record that shows in the county is not always correct. I found out.
Nope, that's good. I also asked that my title company forward me the title work as soon as it's done. It's boring and dry to read, and it's usually, the mortgage will be paid off, and so is this. But if you learn how to just scan, Rick, if you learn how to scan through it real quickly, things like assessments will start popping out at you. The need for a divorce decree will pop out at you. I just ran into this week that the county emailed everyone the final divorce decree. That sounds good. World of electronics, except the title company needs a certified copy with the court stamp on it. So guess where my client is today? They have to have that certified copy, and it's only a certified copy if the original staple is still in it. So if your client thinks they can pull the staple and scan it to you, they need a new certified copy. You can't,
That's old fashioned.
Yeah, let's.
but that is how they still do it.
Calm down. No staples.
In the 80s or something.
Well, I mean.
That part just hasn't changed.
Makes sense.
Right.
Good grief.
But I mean, I'll be honest, I thought the emailed copy from the county would have done it,
Right.
but it didn't. So thankfully, my brother literally is meeting the client after he stops at the county at 2:30 because we need that copy. All right, I don't have anything else. I am asking Jordan to add some classes. I hope people attend. I really want a well and septic class, even though you don't run into it often. When you run into it, you tend to have questions. If there is anything else like that that you really want, please let us know.
I think we should definitely do another disclosure class, just covering all the big, because that's such a big one and it's a question that comes up often.
It does.
Yeah, so just covering the standard and the alternatives, when and where to use those would be good. And we'll make sure everyone attends that.
I think a good
come
training,
to that.
especially with the shift coming and in the process of within real estate, I think a really good class would be everything, foreclosure 101, how to find, how to help, all of those
Ooh, I would love
things.
that, too.
So I think that would be really good, even just as a refresher for agents that have been in the business for a long time, and then those of us that are newer to the business, learning how to do that so that we're more available to all the clients that we could potentially help with the shift coming.
They're going to be interesting.
Oh, what?
I also have asked Minnesota Title to please do a class, and I would ask everyone to attend. I'm like, if you've got a trust or a probate or a POA, how the signatures need to read and what
Yeah.
those pieces of
Yes.
paper are.
Yes.
Those are good
Um,
sources of business too. So,
Well, and like if someone says they've got a POA, POA is a piece of paper. It's not a person. So
Right.
the signature has to say attorney in fact, and then who the POA is for.
Yeah,
And that gets messed up a lot. So always ask your title company if you have a question. I honestly, to this day, I still have my title company review it before we sign docs. My listing appointment today, I've already got the letter of testament. And I'm gonna know how the signatures read before we even get to anything. But I did ask Minnesota Title to teach that class and hope everyone would attend.
You bet.
All right, thank you,
Anyone else?
everyone.
All right, thanks, Lynn.
Yep.
Thanks,
bye.
everybody.
Thank you.
Thank
Have a
Hold on,
fantastic
Lynn.
day, all.
thanks, Matt.
Lynn,
Take care, everybody.
Yes, who's talking?
I have a question for you. I want to run by.
How are you? Good to see you. How's everything going?
Excellent.
Lynn?
Yep.